Dana, good morning to you. And I would have imagined after COVID last year, the very hard lockdown, the early days of lockdown where cigarettes were banned, people would decide, okay, now is the time to take on a healthier lifestyle. But no, said South Africa, we're going to go buy illegal cigarettes.
Good morning, Gareth, and thank you so much for having me on your show, and good morning to your listeners as well. That is correct, Gareth, because, with the COVID-19 pandemic leading many tobacco users to saying that they want to quit, the World Health Organization decided to take the opportunity to create conversations around the benefits of quitting and also what one can reap after quitting. So as part of this year's campaign, members of the public are encouraged to make that commitment and to sign the pledge, which can be found on the World Health Organization's website.
The issue still comes in, doesn't it, Dana, that we're dealing with someone's right to freedom, their right to choose in the end, and we're never going to stop people from smoking if they don't quite understand it and perhaps to have a lived reality of the dangers of smoking. Why do you think the various campaigns, whether we've had pictures of lung cancer on cigarettes, we've got the warnings all over the cigarette boxes, why isn't that getting through, do you think?
It is very important, as you mentioned, because smoking is the second leading cause of cardiovascular disease and cerebrovascular disease after high blood pressure. And the Heart and Stroke Foundation South Africa continues to work along like-minded partners such as the National Council Against Smoking, Cancer, the National Department of Health, Campaign for Free Smoking, and other global health organizations to highlight the importance of the health benefits and to draw attention to the widespread prevalence of tobacco use and the negative health effects.
Dana, just very quickly, before I say goodbye to you in the last minute I have with you, cigarettes, just like alcohol, falls under the sin tax. And I'm going to ask a question that's going to make me very unpopular with smokers, so please don't go and find me, those watching at home. Is it a point, if smoking is costing the health fraternity so much to treat cancers, is it not a point where we push cigarette prices up so high that it makes it impossible for the majority of people to buy cigarettes? Oh, and that's a real shame. We lose Dana right as I asked the question. I was hoping she's going to bail me out of that question, make it seem like a reasonable question to ask. Oh, Dana, I believe you're back with me, my team rescuing me. Dana, let me come back to you. You froze for a moment. I was asking the question, please help me here. Are we at a point where the sin tax for cigarettes should be pushed up to prevent people from smoking more and more?
That's a very good point, Gareth, because, if cigarettes are more expensive, then people will find it less attractive to buy cigarettes, and that's a very good point in terms of, reducing the tobacco use. And I think in the long run, it will help to actually strengthen areas where, people smoke-free areas as well, because passive smoking as well causes harm to people that are not smoking and inhaling smoke from smokers that are smoking. So that is a very good point, and I think it can reduce the tobacco consumption, tobacco use rather, and it can play a huge role in people quitting.
Well, some would hope anyway, but of course we had the illicit trade kicking up last year, didn't we, as well? But Dana Govender, for the moment, thank you so much. Health Promotions Manager from the Heart and Stroke Foundation, joining us here on ENC.